Hello everyone, hello Substack, hello Sketchbookers. How is everyone doing today? I just thought I'd drop in and add a video to the newsletter. I haven't been doing that, and I actually forgot that we could add video and audio and all different types of media to our newsletters. So here's a video version of my sketchbook shenanigans. Okay, let's see what I've been getting into in my sketchbooks for the past couple of weeks, or since the last time I posted. So I started a new sketchbook. It's a big Royal Talons. I think it's 8.5 by 11, and I started a new one because I finished my old sketchbook, which I haven't done a tour yet, but that's coming soon. Okay, so I started this one on November 13th, and I've been really getting into my brush pens, my Tombow markers, and my Ecoline markers. So I just wanted to do a landscape with a cute little house and just getting reacquainted with my brush pens. Here, this one, I'm pretty sure these were Inktense blocks or some sort of water soluble material. Definitely something water soluble. More than likely Inktense blocks or pencils here. So this was taken from a reference that I took from the lake that I go to by my house, and this was all done in gouache and colored pencils. I hope you can see that. I hope that's not too much light. Let me adjust. Okay, that should be better, because I noticed that there was just a lot of light there. Okay, all right, I'm happy with that. All right, so this, again, gouache and colored pencils, done. The photo reference was taken by me. I was just playing around with gouache. I've been really getting into learning how to use gouache and figuring out the consistency that I like to use gouache in, and I kind of like it, you know, a smooth consistency, borderline runny, but still with a little bit of thickness to it. So I'm working with that. I'm trying to perfect that. Oh, this was just a day where I needed to let off some steam and do some mark making. I used some paint sticks, and it looks like Neocolor 2s or Stabilo Woodies. I don't know. But here, oh yeah. I believe these were references from Unsplash. This was brush pens, and this was Neocolor 2s. Yeah, and I just wanted to use some different colors for the lighthouse. As you can see, I kind of like the way it came out. It's a little messy, you know, wonky lines, but that's me. That's how I operate. Yes, and then this one is another. I use Unsplash a lot for reference photos, and this was one of them. I think it was cute. Still life. I think this was just off my imagination, these three. And this was a reference that I got from one of the Patreons I used to be a member of. I don't remember whose Patreon, but it is definitely from a reference photo from a Patreon. I just can't remember who. So yeah, this is more Unsplash images where I was drawing retro phones, retro telephones. It was pretty fun. And I wrote here, learning to draw is a big confidence booster, especially if you always thought that you could never do it. And yeah, that's something that I always felt like I could never draw, or I could never have, you know, really have a livelihood in art, you know. So I, you know, took other paths, many other paths, and here I am drawing. So anyway, these are the retro phones. These are all from Unsplash, and they came out okay. These were just like more like, literally I was doing this like 6 in the morning. One morning I woke up early and decided to get something in my sketchbook. From Unsplash again, I was trying to draw kids. Didn't really come out so great, but that's what sketchbooks are for. They're for the ugly. And yeah, so I've been trying to practice how to draw kids better. Oh gosh, this transferred over. More Unsplash. These two boys playing soccer. This one, this was supposed to be a woman, but it came out, I guess because I made the jaw too wide, so it looks like a man. But this was a woman, a black woman actually, with an afro, and she was holding these flowers. Oh boy, I got a lot of work to do, guys. I believe this was from a Unsplash image as well. And I like the way this came out with the trees and then the building in the back behind the trees. And I really like this. And the water running from under that little footbridge. It's cute. I like it. Alrighty. So this was abstract landscape that I used a whole bunch of different materials, and I actually have the video for this up on my YouTube if you want to catch it. I'll link it into the newsletter. But I used pan pastels, then I went in with acrylic ink, Inktense blocks, and Derwent color drawing pencils. So it was like 4 materials in this. And, you know, I was just looking to make an abstract landscape. I like to do that. That's one of the things that I like to do, is landscapes and still lifes. What was this? This was done with Neocolor 2s and colored pencils. Yeah. Trees. And I was just working on my trees, and I kind of like this, how it came out, except for this this branch. I don't know where it's going. I wish that I didn't include this branch here, but otherwise than that, I really like this a lot. Just playing around, not knowing what to draw, so I was just doodling with colored pencils and my brush pens. One night, probably I did that in bed. This one, I was trying to make a landscape using different colors, and then I wanted to pop some houses into it. It's just something that I saw on Instagram that inspired me, so I tried to do my own take on it. it really didn't go so well. There's like too much going on, and this is like not me. So, but hey, I tried. These are some still lifes that I created one night with gouache and ink. The ink on the background is iridescent. I don't know if you can see that. It's really pretty. It's an iridescent, ink. I was using brush pens and gouache for this spread. So this is a sketch that I did just off of imagination. I wanted to kind of draw, I had this idea to draw like a mushroom forest, you know, like trees and mushrooms, and then this trail. I had put too much green. I should have left a lot more white space so that, you know, the drawing could really, you know, come forward. So I did it again, using a different color and leaving a lot more space. It came out better than before, but it's still not quite right. So this is something that I plan on going back to. This was an image, I believe, of a child I got from somewhere, probably Unsplash, to be honest. This was an image that I did off of Katie Moody's live stream on YouTube a couple of weeks ago. Hers looks different, you know. I made it my own, but this is that's where it was inspired from. It was her live stream celebration, because she reached a milestone of some sort on Instagram. And I really like Katie Moody's, the way she uses her materials and how she layers her stuff, because she started with gouache and then colored pencils and then neo color 2s. So that was that. Oh, these dogs. Got these off of Unsplash too. I was trying to really work on my dog images. So I started with this little girl hugging the dog, and that came out bad. And so I did it again and it came out better. These dogs came out okay. And the reason why I was trying to work on my dogs, which I'll show you later, was from a drawing session that I feel like I hated my dog images, but I'll show you anyway. So I was trying to work on that. And of course, more still lifes, because still lifes are my jam at the end of the day. Whenever I don't know what to draw, a still life always saves the day. And last week I was having this obsession with owls, and all I wanted to do was paint owls. And I have this book that I got from the library, this bird, the art of bird illustration, and it has all these wonderful pictures of different birds. And so I was painting all the owls in here. Yeah, this one is this reference right here, you know. So all of the owl drawings you'll see were from that book. So here's this first spread. I really like this one. I really love this, even though this owl looks kind of evil. Evil owl. I really like the blue background with the white, the snow owls. I really like that. And so there was more owl drawing. So This was with brush pens, and I got some new luminance pencils, a russet pencil, this down here, and this French gray that I really like, the luminance pencil, French gray. I really like to sketch with that. And this other luminance pencil that I just got is called Violet Brown, which is like a muted violet. Really love that. And this was done with brush pens as well. These were Ecoline. Yeah, these were Ecoline. Okay, so, and this was all done like, and I know it seems like a lot, but you know, didn't know what to draw, so I just pulled out my gouache and did that. Pulled out my gouache and Neo colors and did this. This is gouache, more gouache experimentation. Like I told you guys before, I'm really trying to hone in on my gouache skills. And this is just a background I painted. I feel like I'm gonna paint more on top, maybe use some acrylic gouache on top, so not to mess with the gouache in the background. So anyway, so drawing sessions have really been a large part of my sketchbook work as well. And the Introvert Drawing Club, that is Beth Spencer's Substack. And so this was on December 2nd, and it was drawing dogs. And I mean, I felt like I did okay, but not that great. And so yeah, these were my drawings from that session, and I just felt like I needed more work on dogs. So yeah, that was what the dogs from my first sketchbook were. And anyway, so yes, here we are. I went back to the replay of that session and drew some of the dogs over, and these ones came out okay. Yeah, so getting back to the drawing sessions, this was from a drawing session yesterday with Beth and Shivam, Dirty Hands Sketch Club. He has a Patreon and I believe a Substack. I'll link all of that below. But we were drawing vintage pictures, and all of these are not complete. They're not complete at all. And then I did a replay of Charlotte Hamilton's favorite mugs drawing session, and I didn't finish it, but this is what I got up to, which is fine. So in my pursuit of drawing kids, I was trying to draw like kids' faces, and I think these came out really cute. Oh yeah, more dogs. I was really determined to get these dog drawings done. Anyway, I mean, I did okay. I'm alright. I'm over the dogs. I guess because I was trying to make it too realistic. I wasn't making it my own. I literally was too stuck on the reference photos, and that's what reference photos do to me. And sometimes I feel like reference photos can be a hindrance. So I try not to depend on them as much. I look for reference photos when I don't know what else to draw on that day, like if I'm drawing a blank. But I really feel like I need to look at the photo, draw what I see, and then put it away. That's what I'm gonna start doing. Anyway, This was from another introvert drawing club, Beth Spencer, and it was a collaboration with Charlotte Hamilton and Beth Spencer. This was, what was the theme? Complicated scenes. And so this was complex themes. And this is one that I drew of a complex scene, very abstract. And this was another. I'm definitely going back to do those drawings on my own. So that's it, guys, for my latest edition of Sketchbook Shenanigans. I hope that you enjoyed this video, and please share my Substacks with, just share my Substack, like it, leave me a comment, let me know what you think. I hope this video wasn't too long. Okay, thank you, and I'll see you guys again next week.